Hi again, everyone. My name is Chimezie, and you are very welcome to my fitness video journal. Okay, so this is end of week one, and so far, so good. I've successfully completed week one of my Get Started program. Okay, so let me give you a bit of a background. So I'm doing a Couch to 5K running program, and as part of that, I started with the Nike Run Club Get Started program. So that basically gets you from never having run before to running. The goal is just to run. It doesn't matter how much, how long, how far you run, the objective is to run. But of course, they have kind of a structured program, which I follow. The Nike Run Club Get Started program is a 4-week program. Each week you run 3 times, up to 3 times. So they have 2 main runs, and then there's an optional third run, which is usually a much shorter run, say 5 minutes, 7 minutes, stuff like that. That's really how short it is. And the goal is just for you to run, for you to start and then finish. And it's been good. I will say though that this program, the way that it started, so the first run that I had was a 20-minute run. And guys, I can't even, my 20-minute run was crazy. Okay, so let me tell you how this happened. My first run was the park run. I did a park run as my first run. Now, park runs are 5K, and I know there's no way I'm running 5K in 20 minutes, but I decided to start with a 20-minute run and then add another run to complete the 5K. And now I did some research on Couch to 5K runs, and most of the suggestions that I saw said things like run in intervals. So maybe do run 60 seconds and rest for 90 seconds. So rest here would be maybe walking, run 60 seconds, walk 90 seconds, run 2 minutes, walk 2 minutes, stuff like that. But day one, for someone who has never, let's just say I've never run before, was 20 minutes run nonstop. Like there was no break. I'm like, I'm not about this. I'm not about to kill myself because I want to run. So the first shocker for me was I should have been all the way in the back at the start of the run, but I was in the middle. I didn't realize that the middle runners were people who would run straight pretty much and aim to finish a 5K run within 35 to 45 minutes. And look, I'm not even exaggerating. 60 seconds into the run, I'm like, guys, I can't even keep up with this pace. I slowed it down considerably. So I went from almost like a stride run to a very, very, very slow run. The other thing was I was quite surprised that there was no interval, there was no rest in between these runs. Within the 20-minute run, there was no rest at all. I'm like, look, I'm a first-time runner. I need to catch my breath. So I would run, I would rest, I would run, and I would rest. So I used the coach because there's an app for it, and I have a coach who is walking me or talking me through the run. So I would use every time that he came back to talk to me in my headphones or earphones, I would use that as my opportunity to stop running and start rest and start walking. So that was what I did until I completed the 20-minute distance. So 20 minutes, I probably did that. I probably ran/walked around 2.5K, a little bit more, maybe like 2.6 or so. And then because it was a 5K and I wanted to finish the 5K, because otherwise, why am I at the park run? I decided to add another run to it. So this time it was just a freestyle run. But again, I paced myself. I probably walked more than I ran this time. But one good thing that I learned from this first run was to find my pace, which was something that the coach said. You need to figure out your pace. If you're already out of breath, then that means you are not running at the right pace. You need to slow it down very, very much. So it was actually very liberating to be given permission to slow down and not try to meet up with the mid speed or very high speed runners. Like when I checked the stats for this, my first park run, the fastest runner did 5K in under 20 minutes. It was 19 minutes and some seconds. And I'm like, whoa, some sprinters do exist. I'll get there, maybe. But right now, I don't have any speed goal for now. Now I just want to run. I just want to get my body running and I want to enjoy it, because I think what's happened with fitness in the past is that I haven't enjoyed it much. I haven't enjoyed it enough to want to continue doing it. I really do want to enjoy running so that I can continue doing it. Now, the other thing is that by the end of that day, my body told me all the things that was wrong with me, all the things that were wrong with me, because my goodness, my body was on fire, especially from waist down, my thighs, my calves, my legs, everything was on fire. So this was Saturday. Sunday, I decided, okay, I'm not going to run. I think my body needs more time to recover from that first run. And Monday I ran. So Monday was a 22-minute run. And this time I just ran in my neighborhood, which was really nice. I'd learned to pace myself from the first day. So the second day, no one had to tell me to pace myself. And I still did the running and walking. Even though there was no option for walking, I decided to take that option because look, it's about me and what would work for me, because I don't want to go on this journey and stop halfway because it's not fun, because it's really, really hard. I think that if I started this way, it seems easy, it's more likely to be sustainable for me. Now, day 3 run was Wednesday, which is today, the day that I'm recording this. And today, the weather was actually really conducive for running because the sun hasn't really been out. It's rained most of the morning. But when I was getting ready to run, I'm like, okay, so the third run on the app for week 1 is a 5-minute optional run. And I'm like, oh, you don't really have to do this run today. You can always do it tomorrow. But immediately I told myself, it's too early to start skipping days. If you start now, you're going to keep skipping, and that is not going to help. So even though it was just a 5-minute run, I made myself get up, get dressed, and go running. So I did 1 lap around my neighborhood, and I feel really good about it. It was a 5-minute lap. It was a 5-minute run, and I ran about 4 minutes nonstop, and I thought, okay, I think I could do 5 minutes nonstop. So let's do another lap. So I ended up running for 10 minutes instead of 5 minutes. The second lap, I can't even tell you how excited I am that I ran nonstop for 5 minutes. Guys, that's something I'd never done before in my life. And I was so elated, still am, that I could run 5 minutes nonstop. Of course, I maintained my pace, the pace that I found on day 1. I maintained that, and that really did help. The other thing that helped was knowing it was just a 5-minute run. So I told myself, look, 5 minutes is not that long. You can actually run straight for 5 minutes. And when I did it in 4 minutes, I thought, yeah, let's hit 5 minutes and then, stop. Now, something that the coach, my virtual coach, tells me is that I should stop running when I feel like I could still run more. That's actually a good time to stop. So I shouldn't feel like I have to keep running until I'm about to drop. So after the second lap, I will admit I felt the pain a little bit more after the second lap, but I think I could have still gone the third time, but I thought that was a good time to actually stop, so that I can look forward to the next run. And that's the whole idea of running. Run in such a way that you look forward to the next run. So don't run until you run yourself to the ground. Run just enough to look forward to the next run. So week 1 complete. I can't tell you how happy I am. I'm pretty proud of myself because it's not a small feat. For someone who hasn't run in over 20 years, it's such a huge feat for me to take up running and actually look forward to it. So I will come back and let you know how I'm going. Cheers.